Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. The Miami Dolphins stunned the football world on Monday when they unveiled their 2025 team captains and revealed that star wide receiver Tyreek Hill would not be among them. Hill, a five-time All-Pro known for his electrifying speed and playmaking ability, has been a central figure for the Dolphins since his arrival. Yet his exclusion from captaincy sends a strong message about leadership dynamics within the locker room. For fans and analysts, the decision represents more than just a symbolic gesture. Captains in the NFL are often viewed as the heart and soul of a team, individuals whose influence extends beyond the field into practice, meetings, and team culture. Hill's absence from this elite leadership circle raises questions about his standing among teammates, particularly after a turbulent end to the 2024 season, where his actions and public statements generated controversy and discussion about his commitment to the team and its collective goals. Hill's absence from the captain list follows a series of events that highlighted tension and uncertainty surrounding his role with the Dolphins. At the conclusion of the 2024 season, Hill removed himself from a critical game against the New York Jets, a move that sparked immediate debate among fans and media pundits alike. The incident left the Dolphins facing scrutiny regarding their locker room dynamics and the accountability of star players in pivotal moments. Adding to the drama, Hill had publicly suggested he wanted to leave Miami, although he later walked back these remarks and issued an apology. The combination of these actions painted a picture of a player whose on-field brilliance may have been overshadowed by questions about leadership, responsibility, and commitment. In this context, the team's decision to exclude him from captaincy can be interpreted as a vote of confidence in other players who consistently demonstrated stability, reliability, and leadership presence throughout the season. The Dolphins have chosen to maintain a sense of continuity in their leadership group, while also signaling a shift toward players who have earned respect day in and day out. Returning as captains are quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, fullback Alec Ingold, and defensive tackle Zach Sealer, all of whom have established themselves as pillars within the team. These selections emphasize consistency and reliability, traits that the coaching staff and players clearly value when determining who should represent the Dolphins in critical moments. In addition to these returning leaders, the team added center Aaron Brewer and linebackers Jordan Brooks and Bradley Chubb to the captaincy ranks, reflecting a balanced approach that recognizes leadership across multiple positions and units. The Dolphins' choice suggests that the locker room prioritizes commitment, daily effort, and the ability to unify teammates, signaling that leadership is about more than individual talent. It is about embodying the team's core values and earning trust through sustained behavior and accountability. Head coach Mike McDaniel elaborated on the decision, framing it as an organic process driven by the players themselves, rather than a unilateral choice by the coaching staff. "We were focused on giving the keys to captaincy to guys that had earned it each and every day," McDaniel told ESPN, emphasizing that leadership is a reflection of influence, respect, and consistent effort. He continued, stating that a football team is strongest when it is led by those whom the team collectively acknowledges as leaders, rather than being dictated from the outside. In this light, Hill's omission should not necessarily be seen purely as a punishment, but as an indication of how players perceive leadership qualities. For McDaniel and the Dolphins, the emphasis is on who inspires teammates, fosters accountability, and maintains focus during challenging moments, underlining the principle that leadership in sports is as much about character and behavior as it is about on-field performance. Tyreek Hill's career has been nothing short of extraordinary in terms of statistical accomplishments. Yet his journey has been punctuated by moments of controversy and scrutiny, particularly regarding his role in team leadership and public perception. Spending the first 6 seasons of his career with the Kansas City Chiefs, Hill quickly established himself as one of the NFL's premier playmakers, renowned for his speed, agility, and game-changing ability. Since joining the Dolphins, Hill has consistently produced elite numbers, providing Miami with explosive plays and serving as a major offensive weapon. His on-field production is indisputable. In 141 career games with 123 starts, Hill has accumulated 798 receptions for 11,098 yards and 82 touchdowns. These figures demonstrate that, statistically, he remains one of the most dynamic and productive wide receivers in the league, capable of altering the outcome of games single-handedly with his unique skill set. Hill's consistency as a top-tier receiver is matched by his remarkable ability to rack up yards at a record-breaking pace, highlighting the gap between individual performance and team leadership recognition. He has surpassed 1,100 receiving yards in 6 different seasons, a feat few in NFL history have accomplished, with a career high of 1,799 yards in 2023, leading the league. These achievements reinforce his status as a player capable of extraordinary athletic feats, yet they also contrast sharply with the leadership decisions made by the Dolphins. The fact that Hill is not wearing a captain's patch despite these accolades underscores a fundamental principle in professional sports. Leadership is not automatically conferred by talent or statistics. It is earned through consistent interpersonal influence, accountability, and alignment with team values, a lesson the Dolphins seem eager to communicate to their roster and fans alike. The end-of-season controversy in 2024 added fuel to discussions about Hill's leadership role, creating a narrative tension that has captivated fans and sports media alike. Removing himself from the final game against the Jets was widely interpreted as a lack of commitment during a crucial moment, raising questions about whether a player of his caliber could also serve as a reliable guiding figure for teammates. While Hill did issue an apology and clarified his earlier statements about wanting to leave Miami, the incident lingered in public discussion, casting a shadow over his otherwise illustrious career. For the Dolphins, this moment likely factored into the player's decision to prioritize other individuals for captaincy, those who consistently demonstrated presence, accountability, and stability even in high-pressure situations. This move communicates that leadership within the Dolphins is about more than past achievements or celebrity status. It is about trust earned over time through consistent dedication and influence. The Dolphins' approach to leadership reflects a broader strategy of emphasizing locker room chemistry and mutual respect among players. By selecting captains who have shown daily commitment and professionalism, the organization is sending a message that leadership is a collective responsibility rather than a title granted to stars by default. This philosophy is critical in a sport where individual performances, no matter how dazzling, must integrate seamlessly into a team dynamic in order to produce sustained success. Leadership in this context is measured by influence on teammates, ability to inspire accountability, and a demonstrated commitment to shared objectives. By excluding Hill, the Dolphins are illustrating that even elite talent must align with the team's cultural and behavioral expectations to be formally recognized as a guiding force, reinforcing the importance of character alongside skill. Hill's career trajectory serves as a reminder of the complexities faced by modern athletes balancing performance, personality, and public scrutiny. While his on-field accomplishments are undeniable, including being a consistent deep threat and record-setting receiver, the leadership decision signals that excellence in execution does not automatically translate to influence within the locker room. Miami's choice to emphasize other players for captaincy also reflects a proactive approach to cultivating team cohesion, rewarding players who have demonstrated integrity, consistency, and the ability to lead by example. In essence, Hill's omission highlights a crucial lesson in professional sports. Leadership is multidimensional, encompassing both performance and personal conduct, and the most respected leaders are those who inspire trust and accountability across the entire roster rather than relying solely on individual brilliance. As the Dolphins head into the 2025 season, the focus will likely be on how Hill responds to this leadership decision and how it impacts both his performance and team dynamics. For fans, analysts, and teammates, the situation presents a fascinating narrative about the intersection of talent, accountability, and influence. Will Hill channel this moment into renewed focus and dedication, or will the shadow of past controversies continue to affect perceptions? The Dolphins roster, now led by captains selected for their consistent effort and presence, reflects a deliberate prioritization of culture over celebrity. The unfolding season will test whether Hill can integrate fully into this leadership model, maintaining his extraordinary on-field production while navigating the nuanced demands of team respect and influence, a storyline that will captivate football audiences across the league. Ultimately, The Dolphins' decision regarding Tyreek Hill's captaincy underscores the complex balance between individual talent and team leadership in professional sports. It emphasizes that leadership is earned through influence, behavior, and consistent demonstration of core values, rather than simply achieved through statistical excellence or reputation. Hill's remarkable career, with eye-popping statistics and game-changing performances, contrasts sharply with the decision not to grant him a captain's role, offering a powerful narrative about accountability, culture, and the responsibilities of elite athletes. As Miami prepares for the 2025 season, all eyes will be on how the team dynamics evolve, how Hill navigates his place within this framework, and whether the Dolphins' emphasis on earned leadership translates into on-field success. In this story, the intersection of talent, personality, and culture creates a compelling drama that resonates far beyond the stat sheets, highlighting the human side of professional football and the intricate dynamics that define a championship-caliber team. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? Rumors have been swirling in the NFL world for weeks, and now the chatter seems to have reached a definitive turning point. Zane Gonzalez is reportedly set to join the Miami Dolphins, a move that insiders suggest could redefine the team's special teams landscape. While official confirmation is yet to hit the headlines, sources close to the Dolphins' management claim that negotiations have been swift and unusually smooth, hinting at a mutual eagerness to get the deal done. The whispers in the corridors of Hard Rock Stadium suggest that Gonzalez's arrival is not merely a transactional acquisition, but a strategic maneuver aimed at bolstering the consistency and reliability of the team's kicking game. Fans have long speculated about Miami's search for a dependable kicker capable of handling high-pressure situations, and Gonzalez's rumored move seems poised to answer that call, injecting both confidence and intrigue into a franchise constantly looking for ways to gain a competitive edge. The buzz surrounding Gonzalez's potential transfer has intensified as insiders describe the special teams overhaul as a priority for the Dolphins coaching staff. Coaches are reportedly enthusiastic about integrating a kicker of Gonzalez's caliber, someone capable of transforming field goal attempts into almost guaranteed points, while also improving kickoff coverage and situational kicking. Social media feeds are abuzz with speculation, as former teammates, analysts, and fans debate what his arrival could mean for Miami's overall strategy. Some suggest that Gonzalez brings not only technical precision, but also a psychological edge, a certain swagger that can alter the momentum of tightly contested games. The murmurs from training staff hint at early planning sessions that would see him working closely with both the punting unit and return specialists, a move that could tighten the Dolphins' special teams execution. Such integration, if executed as insiders suggest, may create a ripple effect, raising the team's confidence in both offensive scoring opportunities and defensive positioning. Analysts observing the situation point out that the Dolphins' pursuit of Gonzalez could indicate a shift in organizational philosophy, where marginal gains in the kicking game are now viewed as crucial differentiators in playoff scenarios. Sources reveal that the front office has been quietly monitoring Gonzalez's career trajectory, assessing not just his field goal percentage, but his consistency under pressure and adaptability to diverse game conditions. Rumors have it that his presence might also influence roster decisions, as coaches consider how a more reliable kicker could free up strategic options elsewhere, particularly in fourth-quarter decision-making. Industry insiders claim that Miami's special teams coordinators are excited about tailoring schemes specifically around Gonzalez's strengths, whether it's directional kicking, handling tricky wind conditions, or even contributing to fake punt strategies. The mere mention of his potential signing has sparked speculative discussions in sports talk shows, online forums, and private gatherings of devoted fans, all eager to decipher what this addition could mean for the Dolphins' championship aspirations in the upcoming season. Meanwhile, sports insiders suggest that Gonzalez's rumored transfer to Miami has caused a ripple effect across the league, with other franchises revisiting their special team strategies and reassessing the relative value of their kickers. Sources indicate that conversations between front offices have intensified, as rivals try to understand whether Gonzalez's departure could leave a vacuum elsewhere or whether Miami's apparent gain could disrupt the balance of power in tightly contested divisions. Speculative reports point to intense scouting sessions analyzing film of his previous seasons, highlighting not just successful field goals, but situational awareness, kickoff placement, and even mental fortitude in high-pressure moments. Rumors abound that Gonzalez has a reputation for meticulously studying opposing defenses, a trait that insiders suggest could make the Dolphins' special teams a far more unpredictable and strategically versatile unit. This potential signing, therefore, has become a talking point not just in Miami, but across locker rooms and analyst desks nationwide, emphasizing the interconnected nature of NFL dynamics and the subtle but critical impact of a single player on league-wide perceptions and tactics. Adding to the intrigue, unverified whispers suggest that Gonzalez's approach to joining the Dolphins involves more than just contractual agreements. It includes a commitment to community presence and locker room chemistry. Sources close to the situation hint at his reputed leadership qualities and ability to motivate younger teammates, traits often overlooked when evaluating kickers, but considered invaluable by coaching staff. Insider chatter also suggests that his personal routines and preparation methods could set new benchmarks within the Dolphins organization, potentially influencing training habits across the special teams unit. Fans speculate online about the synergy between Gonzalez and Miami's offensive stars, wondering if a reliable kicker could psychologically transform confidence in late-game drives. The rumored move has inspired debates over whether his presence could tilt crucial games in Miami's favor, especially in scenarios where a single field goal determines the outcome. The narrative forming around Gonzalez paints him as a catalyst, someone whose impact may ripple far beyond immediate statistics, shaping team culture and influencing strategic decisions at multiple levels of the organization. The speculation intensifies as sources indicate that Gonzalez's arrival could spark shifts in existing personnel, particularly among backup kickers and special teams contributors. Rumors suggest that Miami's decision-makers are evaluating which current players could complement his style and which might see roles diminished, creating a subtle reshuffling within the roster. Analysts point out that the Dolphins have historically struggled with consistency in the kicking game, and insiders speculate that Gonzalez's rumored transfer is an intentional response to long-standing weaknesses. The chatter among sports commentators emphasizes his reputation for clutch performances, suggesting that Miami hopes to leverage his experience in pressure situations where playoff implications hang in the balance. In private discussions, sources claim coaches are imagining scenarios where Gonzalez not only provides points, but also serves as a stabilizing presence in high-tension moments. If these rumors hold, the Dolphins' special teams could transform from a variable risk factor into a strategic asset, enhancing confidence across offense, defense, and coaching decision-making processes. Meanwhile, betting insiders and fantasy football analysts have reportedly taken notice of Gonzalez's potential move, hinting that his arrival could influence point spreads, over-under calculations, and individual player valuations. Rumors suggest that sportsbooks are quietly adjusting odds, reflecting the anticipated reliability Gonzalez could bring to Miami's scoring potential. Sports commentators speculate that his presence may even affect play calling, with coaches more willing to attempt longer field goals or adjust fourth-quarter strategies knowing a trusted kicker is on board. Social media speculation continues to fuel the narrative, with fans debating whether Gonzalez's style will mesh seamlessly with Miami's offensive tempo or whether adaptation periods might be necessary. Insider chatter suggests that management sees this rumored acquisition as a low-risk, high-reward maneuver, where even marginal improvements in special teams execution could tip tightly contested games in the Dolphins' favor. If confirmed, Gonzalez's arrival could generate excitement not just for what happens on the field, but also for the psychological boost and strategic flexibility he brings to a team historically seeking consistency. Sports insiders also suggest that Gonzalez's rumored signing could have ripple effects on the Dolphins' overall recruitment strategy, particularly in evaluating undrafted free agents or other special teams prospects. Rumors hint that coaches might now prioritize skill sets that complement Gonzalez's strengths, emphasizing directional kicking, coverage speed, and situational awareness over purely raw talent. Analysts point out that Miami has historically struggled to convert marginal advantages in special teams into tangible wins, and insiders speculate that Gonzalez could be the missing piece to capitalize on these opportunities. Fans are already creating hypothetical scenarios online, imagining games where his accuracy and reliability convert potential losses into victories. Discussions on forums highlight the psychological effect his presence could have on opposing teams, especially in the closing minutes of high-stakes matches. Sources close to the organization suggest that even intangible benefits, such as locker room morale and media narratives, are influencing internal decisions, painting Gonzalez as more than just a kicker, but a strategic pivot for the Dolphins' ambitions. The rumor mill also points to Gonzalez's potential influence on coaching tactics, with insiders speculating that his integration could allow for more aggressive fourth-down decisions, confident in the knowledge that field goals are a reliable fallback. Sources claim that the Dolphins' special teams coordinators are exploring innovative formations and coverage schemes tailored to Gonzalez's unique abilities, hinting at a possible shift in long-term strategy. Analysts highlight his adaptability, suggesting that he could thrive under varying game conditions, from sweltering Florida heat to high-pressure playoff environments, making him a versatile asset. Online chatter speculates that his leadership could extend beyond kicking, mentoring younger players in preparation, visualization, and execution strategies. Rumors also hint at potential collaborations with offensive and defensive coaches, exploring how his skills could be leveraged in trick plays or unexpected scenarios. If these speculative reports prove accurate, Gonzalez's addition may represent a multidimensional impact on Miami's operational philosophy, positioning him as a cornerstone in both tactical execution and team culture development. Finally, the persistent buzz surrounding Gonzalez's rumored move has inspired a wave of fan anticipation and media coverage, with speculation dominating headlines and online discussions alike. Sources suggest that if the signing is finalized, it could mark a turning point in how Miami is perceived league-wide, signaling an emphasis on precision, consistency, and strategic foresight. Analysts point to his history of clutch performances and adaptability as reasons the Dolphins may view him as more than just a kicker, but a psychological asset capable of influencing both teammates and opponents. Insider chatter hints at upcoming press conferences, training camp appearances, and early season games where Gonzalez's influence could be immediately observed. Fans are already crafting narratives imagining how his presence could tilt playoff prospects and energize a franchise eager for stability in high-pressure scenarios. The rumor, whether confirmed or not, has sparked conversations about the importance of special teams, the nuanced role of kickers, and the strategic foresight required to build a championship-contending squad, with Gonzalez at the center of the speculation and excitement. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.